All right, what's up, everyone? Happy Saturday to you guys, or happy Sunday, depending on when you're watching this. Let's see. So, day 25 or 26. I think we're on day 25. So far, we went to a mariachi festival, so I did a lot of walking there. That's where I got all my steps in today. I still have to do some writing tonight. I just thought I'd hop on here and let you guys know where am I at, but please enjoy all the videos and segments that I have for you, and I'll catch you on the next one. Good morning, everyone. Happy Sunday. Happy day 27. I believe that's what I wrote on my calendar. I am en route to breakfast with a couple of my dear friends, and we were all back in behavioral health together. So I normally never am up this early on a Sunday. I intentionally try not to get up before 9, but here we are. We're up. So a friend of ours is here from out of town, and actually is heading back up today. She's driving back with her daughter, so we're all grabbing breakfast before they hit the road, and I shouldn't say hit the road, before they start driving. Of course, I'm late, but I couldn't get myself out of bed. I was just tired. I got a B12 shot and flu shot on Friday, so I feel like the flu shot, I'm still like sleeping it off, if that makes sense. My arm is still tender, but it's just, I feel really fatigued from the shot. But then at the same time, the B12 is like giving me all this energy, because I'm pretty confident my B vitamins were pretty depleted. But we'll see. I get the results back from my blood work to find out what's what. So anyways, yesterday was a lot of fun. We actually went to brunch with the idea, we saw the sign for an event that was happening like one town over. Not one town over, a couple of towns over. And so we thought, if we go to brunch, then we can check out this mariachi festival. It's like the 9th festival. So we went to that. So I shared some clips of that for you guys. And as far as the challenge today, I'm definitely going to be either walking or on the spin bike. If the weather holds up, I will walk today. If the weather doesn't hold up, then I will be on the spin bike for sure. And I actually am going to be getting on a call with another doctoral student, same focus as myself. They're getting a doctorate in psychology, specializing in criminology justice, and basically they're they are in the process of where I was not over a year ago, just about over a year ago, where I was writing my project justification statement, basically chapter 1. And when you are working on a doctorate, there are special populations that you can't research, or you can't basically research them. And so the criminal justice field is one of those fields. I shouldn't say the field itself, but the individuals that were formerly incarcerated or children, they're protected. So you can't interview them. So in the Facebook group, she's like, is anyone doing this? I know what I want to do, but I'm really struggling. And I guess it keeps getting kicked back by the professor. So myself and a couple other people were like, yeah, that's my major. That's what I'm doing. I'm doing the same thing. And for me, I just explained that I'm developing a program. And so I said I'm willing to hop on a Zoom to talk with her and just talk her through it and just to give her some ideas. The funny thing about being an asynchronous student is that it's very isolating. And there comes a time where you really need peers. And when you don't have them, it's really, really hard. It just can become overwhelming. And especially when you're doing a doctorate, I think I said this in one of my first videos, is like how isolating it can be at times. And so this is one of those moments where having a peer can be really valuable to you, because you can at least bounce ideas off of someone, or help you get through the writing process, because writing in itself, especially when you're writing so many pages, can be really time consuming. But anyways, I will come back and catch up with you guys after I have breakfast, or brunch for some of y'all, but later. All right, what's up everyone? I'm back. I just had an amazing meeting. I usually on Sundays, I spend my time working on writing. Of course, I get my movement in, which I shared with you guys. I was going to breakfast with some really good friends of mine. Already did that, but I hopped on a call with another student, another doctoral student in an earlier stage of their program. And it was so refreshing. I'm not going to lie, it was super refreshing. We were on the call for an hour and a half, and I just think it's funny how this all works. Like, literally, when I started documenting this journey of me being on this 75-day, like, gonna write, gonna move every single day, soon after my, like, crying into my lunch happened, that same day I had contacted one of my colleagues at the community college I worked at, and I was like, I need encouraging words. I don't know what to do. Like, I'm overwhelmed. I don't know why I'm doing this. I feel like I should not be seeking a doctorate anymore in my career. And she's like, no, there's no need for that. Like, one of her recommendations was finding out if my program offered any kind of like writing groups, like basically sessions where students can get together and write together and figure out like how to provide peer review and all this different stuff. And I was like, that's actually a really good idea. So I like the idea, but I just was like, okay, all right, I can look, but I highly doubt that they have anything like that. And so basically that same night, or like by the weekend, there is a doctoral group on Facebook with my university, and somebody had mentioned like, oh, we should have like a Discord or a meeting group or whatever. And I was like, that sounds nice. But and somebody recommended like, oh, you should just make the group. And I was like, I don't know if I am gonna make a group. That sounds tedious. So I just left that alone. I didn't think anything else about it. And basically, this past week, I was just scrolling. It was the end of the day, and I saw that somebody was like, hey, I need help. I'm in this phase of my program, and I don't know what to do, and I'm not getting anywhere with my faculty member, with the professor. They're not giving me any real guidance. And I was like, oh my gosh, I can't like say no to this. So I wrote back, and they were like, I'm a PsyD student. I am focusing on criminology justice. And I was like, all right, bet. So I messaged her back, and I was like, yeah, I'm in chapter 2, technically chapter 2, chapter 3 of my process. Like, what's up? Like, what's going on? And she's like, I just need some feedback. This is a protected population, so I can't really write about them, and I don't know what else to do. And I was like, we could hop on like a Zoom or something, and I'm happy to like read your paper, give you some feedback, give you my thoughts, see what your professor is saying. And so she's like, really? I was like, yeah, Sunday works for me, or Friday. I ended up being off life happened, so we ended up meeting today. And we decided after today we're going to meet every week, every Sunday for like an hour and a half. And they're going to, she's going to invite other classmates into the program as well, or into our weekly group sessions, and, you know, and go from there. My point is, you just never know. Like, God has his way of, for me, he has his way of saying, like, you tried to ignore me. And here we are. I cannot not help people. I cannot not help students. I have to help because I remember being in that process and going through that same kind of feedback and really struggling and really wishing I had more support. So I'm excited. I've already sent the Zoom link. I'm already like dialed in, ready to add Padlet so everybody can like share their documents with no issue. I'm just so stoked about it. And so that's another key piece to my, like, you know, 75-day journey here, is that now in the last 27 days, now there's going to be a meetup group specifically for PsyD students that are focusing on criminology and justice. And we're going to meet every Sunday. So it's just wild how like life works and how you can pay it forward even in your own struggles. Like, there are other students that are going through those same things in a different part of the journey, and they want to be where you are, and you want to help them get to where they need to be. And I'm like, here's what my paper looks like. Hopefully it'll help, you know, just to kind of give you some direction, but also knowing this is the funny fate of, like, twist of fate, is that I work in higher education. And so because I work in this field, I know how these things work. Like, I know how I operate as a faculty, and I say to my students all the time, the way I'm asking you to write a paper and the way I'm asking you to write a lesson plan can be completely different from another professor or from your own, like, supervisor when it comes to, like, writing lesson plans or whatever. But the thing is, you got to get comfortable with the process. You got to get comfortable with the feedback. You got to get comfortable with the revisions. Got to get comfortable using different formats, because that's kind of the name of the game when it comes to higher education, in my opinion. But yeah, so it's really cool to meet other people that are in the same, in different phases, but knowing to be able to pay it forward to somebody else. So I'm just really stoked by all of it. And again, I'm just cracking up because I'm like, here we are. All right. So in other business, I think I'm going to close out this weekender vlog because I wanted to do a video to say, like, what have I learned this week in my challenge. So I think I'm going to do a separate video for that. But thank you all for joining me this weekend. The only thing I have left is to actually write on my own paper. And before the rain comes, I plan to do some walking. So I will walk, and then I will be back tomorrow with my regular updates. So it'll be day 28. And this week is going to be fun because I have some new challenges ahead of me for the next 2 weeks, because I also have traveling. So anyways, have an amazing Sunday, and I'll catch you guys next time. Later.